Hey guys, this is Lorena Magana here with NewFilmmakers LA. Today, I'm talking to director Daniel Stine about his new film, Grape. Let's take a look at a clip from the film.
Strange weather rolling in. Looks like a nor'easter. You know what they say in the Shenandoah about thunder in the winter. Storm before the calm.
Daniel, why don't you give our viewers a brief synopsis of your film?
Grape is about a grieving winemaker who's trying to sell his property after he lost his daughter a year previous, and this disheveled, drunken young man crashes just outside of his property and wanders into the vineyard, and the two of them meet, and over the course of an evening they kind of form this strange bond, and the young guy who is suffering from a brain tumor, he ends up encountering the ghost of the winemaker's daughter, and throughout the evening it's sort of this, she gives him kind of a magical tour of the vineyard that also gives him a little insight into the history of the vineyard, and also provides him with some hope to keep going. He's suffering from a brain tumor, and she also reveals this great wine that's been hidden on the property that she wants her father to know about. So he is sort of a conduit, I suppose, for her to deliver a message to her dad. So it's kind of it's a kind of a mystical wine mystery drama thing. So yeah.
How did you come up with the concept behind Grape?
I think I've always been inspired by locations more than anything. That's kind of where I get ideas from. So the idea of shooting at a vineyard, especially in the winter, like a snowy vineyard, there was an interesting contrast there for me. And like I mentioned last night too, and then just shooting on a vineyard, you could have wine on set too, which is always a good thing. But it was kind of based off of a short film that I did in college, like $1,000 little low budget thing. And then when I moved out here, I just sort of built on the concept and had a feature script. But I thought the feature script was kind of a hard sell, so we figured, let's try the short film and throw it around a little bit and see if people respond to that, and then go from there. So yeah.
Why did you choose to set your film in Virginia and not Napa or Sonoma?
Well, the weather was a big part of it. You're not going to get that snowy vineyard feel in Sonoma or Napa. But I also have family in Virginia, and Virginia is interesting to me because they're the fifth biggest producer in wine in the United States, but not a lot of people know about Virginia wine, but they make some really good stuff. And in the Shenandoah Mountains and the Blue Ridge Mountains, all this stuff, it's such a scenic spot for it. It was just different. They've made movies about Napa and stuff like that, but Virginia is sort of, kind of a secret, I think. So.
Since you've directed yourself before in previous films, do you find that it's easier each time you do it?
I don't think it's a difficult task when you're surrounded by when you have a really great crew. It pads all of that. It makes it pretty easy. And if you're writing if you wrote the character and then you're acting the character, it's hard for you to screw it up because you're kind of doing it as you wrote it. So, but no, honestly, it all comes down to the kind of people that you surround yourself with and the type of crew that you have, and that makes it all. So I don't really worry about that stuff. They make my job a lot easier.
Any plans to develop this into a feature film?
Yeah, absolutely, we do. But it's a very different film. It's not there's no death and snow and sad stuff happening. It's a very lively film, kind of in the tone of, it takes place probably about a year before the events of the short film. So like the Tyler character's not even in it, and Claire is very much alive, this latter-day hippie girl, and it's a movie that celebrates wine and music and bluegrass festivals and things like that. It feels like Garden State and Big Fish mixed together. It has that kind of fantastical element, but so it's a very, very different movie.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, thank you.